Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News. Don't forget Shinrin-yoku. We're bringing you a grand solar minimum update Tuesday, September 29th at midnight Mountain Time. Take a look at the GFS snowfall totals. Heavy snows in the Arctic as well as Greenland. Record snows on the eastern coasts with the most. But we have heavy snow coming into the area of Snowflakeville in Ontario and Canada, which will make them wonder what's happening because there's no snow forecast in the future, kids. But the big story, a new study shows a vicious circle of climate change building on thickening layers of warm ocean water. What the does that mean? Flowers are changing their colors to adapt to climate change. Joe Biden wants to make almost every policy a climate change policy. Keep calm. It's retard time. And that's a boom. Glass fire burns more than 36,200 acres. Evacuations continue in the Napa and the Sonoma counties. That means people are getting burnt to death. This is the latest update. The latest on the wildfires in Northern Cali. In wine country, it's bad news. A lot of the grapes are burnt. Shady and Boyson fire incidents. They have prompted evacuation orders in Napa and Sonoma. As of 5:26 p.m., evacuations can continue in Napa and Sonoma counties following fires developing over the weekend. As of Monday evening, CAL FIRE said Glass Fire has burned 36,500 plus acres. And there it is. Holy macaroni. But have you heard? Highways are closed, including the Beartooth Highway, due to 3 to 4 feet of snow drifts in Wyoming. Did you know that fall just started? A lot of people are commenting, it snows every month of the year in these places. Yeah, well, according to the mainstream, snow was going to be a thing of the past 3 years ago. You remember that? Yeah, I do. And yet record snows fall everywhere across the U.S., including the first week of fall. Spring storm brings snow to New Zealand's beaches and travel chaos. Can you imagine chaos in your travels? Temperatures in parts of the country feel minus 20 as a significant weather event hits. Yeah, like the shits. A spring weather bomb has battered New Zealand, closing roads and dumping snow on beaches, causing dozens of flight cancellations. Can you believe it? The country's Met Service describes the storm as the worst of the season for the reason, Grand Solar Minimum, and said it was the result of low-pressure systems moving into the country accidentally. Albeit, upon the words of Al Gore and others, it happened anyway. And it came directly from Antarctica. So apparently there's aliens there that are going against the grain of Al Gore and others. And that's a boom. Seismic update. Plenty of quakes of note because they're booming. Take a look at this one. This just happened. 84 kilometers at depth 5 in Japan. We could be seeing a bigger quake here, and we have a cacophony of quakes here in the Caribbean. Kick 'em, Jenny, much? These are nowhere near Kick 'em Jenny, however. So I don't even know what the fuck's going on there. Apparently there is going to be quite a big hurricane developing from that region. Oh, I hope that's not pouring. Holy crap. SpaceWeatherNews.com. That's not pouring. I'm kidding. I do like it, though. But this is supposed to be the sun. There it is. Look at this non-sunspot. This active region has almost no spots. Well, it doesn't have a spot at all. And this coronal hole is now turning away. Well, we've just given way to this entire cacophony of space weather. Yes. We've been in geomagnetic storm. A lot of people are like, I haven't slept in a day and a half or 3 days. Hello. If you do not check space weather, you will not know what's going on with your own body. Space weather is directly connected with your integral systems because we are all electric. We're electrical bodies, and we need to monitor these systems to learn how our health is affected. Take a look at the geomagnetic storm we've been experiencing for the last 36 hours. And then ask yourself, have I felt different during this period? Was I really upset during this period? Are these the indicators of how I feel? Hello? I know. Worldwide Volcano News Update. No quakes of note. However, we want to bring some attention to the volcanic activity here at Bordabunga, because we've been reporting on it over the last 48 hours. And now the mainstream, including Volcano Discovery, is picking up on the fact that Bordabunga has experienced a 4.8 at depth. And we're waiting on it. We've still been waiting on this eruption for quite some time. And it's happening soon, based on everything we know. COVID-19 deaths top 1 million worldwide. How these 5 nations are driving the pandemic. Well, dogma. Did you know that almost 1 million people annually kill themselves? I do. And these are the global statistics. Nearly 1 million people annually kill themselves. Yet, we've shut down the entire world because 1 million people died from COVID-19. I would imagine over 1 million people this year will die of killing themselves from the propaganda from COVID-19. That's a fact. And these numbers will, in fact, increase tenfold, where we're going to see 5 million plus next year died by suicide. Double the amount from COVID-19. Did you just pick that up? Florida schools reopened en masse, but a surge in coronavirus did not follow. And the USA Today analysis found exactly that there was not an uptick. Many teachers and families feared a spike in COVID-19 when Florida made the controversial push to reopen schools in August. Now, we've been claiming that this virus barely claims 0.000005% of the lives of people on the planet, which means that if you breathe farts, you're more likely to die than from COVID-19. But a USA Today analysis shows statistically the state's positive case count among kids aged 5 to 17 declined through the late September after the peak in July, after they opened schools. So who's pulling their out of their now? Almost none of you. Once you're indoctrinated, you're going to wear that mask. Now, Northern Lights sighting possible throughout Wisconsin tonight, and this is due to geomagnetic storm, which we just showed you. Look at that. The light has been glowing, and we can even bring it down here to the aurora forecast, which is looking meager for tonight, according to this map. But if you're up there in Ontario and maybe, if you're in East Canada, you might see something. Maybe even Wisconsin. Now, Bordabunga recorded an earthquake with a mag 4.9 at 9.1 kilometers depth. And that was today. And hundreds of pre-quakes have been occurring, as well as in the northern regions. So we're keeping a close eye on that for you guys, as well as you guys keeping a close eye on the COVID-19 nonsense. 1 million worldwide now after 9 months, and at the same time, same amount of deaths from suicide, which is probably a lie because it's doubled since then. And as schools reopen in Florida, no uptick. All right, so go look up because I'm sick of it. 13 scientists say in a real journal, there's a black hole at the center of the Earth. Here's your black hole. It's in my backyard. And it's called 18 hours a day of nonstop labor to simply provide for me and my family. That's it. That's the black hole. The black hole that you're missing is your need for speed. You got to get up and running, man. If you don't know how to grow your own food and provide for your own family, If you don't have alternative energy sources set up right now, you're so behind the curve. If you don't know people or friends that are doing this now and a place to go to, you've really limited what's going to happen. If you live in an inner city and the lights go dim, oh my goodness. Can you imagine the people that are coming to rape and pillage your family? I can't. And 7 years ago, I moved away from that nonsense because I knew it was coming. And you know what's happening now? Oh, I'm not bumming. But the 13 scientists that say in a real journal, there's a black hole at the center of the earth, well, they can suck it. IRS, sorry. It's just easier and cheaper to audit the poor. It is. Because the rich have people called accountants doing their taxes, and they're bought and paid for, and everything's legal. So if you make $10 billion a year and you write off $11 million giving to charities, guess what your taxes are? 0. And that's what every accountant is paid for to do, to make your taxes go to 0 or less so you get a refund. Now, the one thing the mainstream's not talking about is that the president actually never got a refund. Well, he must be doing something wrong because I always do. So there's that. If you're paying taxes and you're not getting a refund, fire your accountant. Taxation is theft, and proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance annually when the government is stealing your fucking money. If you believe that Donald Trump not paying taxes for 10 years is bad for the planet, then you're as dumb as the people that want to charge you 30% more in your taxes. Hey, if you want to just give your money away, you could just send it to the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Otherwise, you could vote for that guy that has dementia and thinks he went to Delaware State, which is predominantly black. Completely an idiot. Joe Biden has dementia, and the people on the left are trying to believe that he doesn't. They all believe that he went to Delaware State, predominantly black school, where they gave him an honorary degree in 2016 for a speech, which he now thinks is related to the university that he first went to the 100 miles to the north, which has nothing to do with Delaware State. This is the presidential candidate the Democrats picked for you to vote for. So tomorrow night, we will all be enlightened by the amount of performance-enhancing drugs that they give Biden and the lack of preparation they gave Trump. And I guarantee it will be the shit show of the century, 2020, happening tomorrow night. I can't wait to watch it. If you vote for either of these pricks, you're just as dumb as I am, because I'm voting for the other guy. Simply to not implement martial law, socialism, and globalism. Because I'm fighting for my chance to be sovereign. And that's the only chance I have. What chance do you have? If you go into the woods alone, they will find you. I'll find you, and I'll take your shit. Trust me.